Dear student, this is our second part of today's session, and for this part we have selected the topic excretion. We will perform the practical work regarding this topic from your book Practical Biology, a course for all level, and the chapter number 10. And according to CI syllabus, the topic number 9. Dear students, the objectives for today's this part of session are as follows. We will be able to understand the practical procedure and solve the questions given in the practical book. We will examine the mammalian urinary system. So we are going to start the investigation 10.1. We have to examine the mammalian urinary system, and for this purpose we need the apparatus and the materials as follows: a model of urinary system of man for demonstration, and one half of sheep's kidney, and we need hand lens. Dear students, first of all, over here I would love to discuss the urinary system of man, and you know that the urinary system consists of a pair of kidneys, a pair of ureters, and the bladder and a urethra. The kidneys are bean-shaped organs located at the back of the abdominal cavity, just above the waist and below the diaphragm. Each kidney receives oxygenated blood through a short renal artery leading from the aorta. Inside a kidney, the blood is filtered to remove urea and other waste products along with the salts and water, and the filtered blood passes out through the renal vein to the vena cava. The solution of urea, salts and water is called urine, and urine passes out of the kidneys through the two tubes called ureter, as you can see in this diagram, the right and the left ureter, and the urine is stored in an elastic muscular bag called the bladder. Leading from the bladder is a tube called urethra, which carries urine to the outside of the body. In the wall of the urethra, close to the bladder, is a sphincter muscle. This ring-like muscle contracts to close off the outlet from the bladder. The muscles contains sensory receptors which send nerve impulses to the brain when the bladder is full of urine, so that the sphincter muscles can be relaxed voluntarily to allow the urine to be released from the bladder. This is the description of the urinary system of the man. Now we are focusing on the procedure. Examine the model of the human urinary system and note the position of kidneys in relation to other organs. Make a drawing of urinary system in the space given below in your book. Label the following structures: kidney, ureter, bladder, urethra, renal artery, and renal vein. And then we have to observe and draw the cut surface of half of kidney provided, and label the following parts: capsule, cortex, medulla, pyramids, and renal pelvis. Dear students, for this purpose I have selected this diagram, which will help you to understand the different parts of the urinary system and also the position of the kidneys in the abdominal. You can see that these pair of kidneys are present between the thoracic and the lumbar region. The vertebrae, it starts from the vertebrae T12, thoracic 12, and up to the L5 lumbar region, vertebrae number 5. You can see from this diagram the kidney, ureter, bladder, and urethra. Now we are focusing on the longitudinal section of the sheep's kidney. You can see this is the diagram. A capsule, medulla, cortex, renal column, renal pyramid, calyx, renal pelvis, renal artery, renal vein, hilus, and ureter. And dear students, this is the kidney of sheep, the dissected longitudinal part of the sheep's kidney. You can see the renal cortex, ureter, renal pelvis, and renal pyramid. And for this purpose we need the hand lens to observe the different parts of the sheep's kidney. This is your practical work. Dear students, I have selected this homework from this part of our session. You have to solve the questions of the investigation 10.1, and this investigation is present on, these questions are present on the page number 111 to 112. You have to solve these questions and then send to your respective groups for evaluation. Dear students, I have selected a spelling test for you, and these are the words which you have to memorize with the spellings and then send to your respective groups for checking. Nostrils, bronchus, pharynx, pleural cavity, demonstration, absorb, deflagrating, mammalian, dissected, and the pyramids. You have to memorize these words with the spelling. And thank you very much, dear students, for being with me. One more request to you, please stay at home, stay safe. Allah Hafiz.